you for logging on to this broadcast of high school sports on WellsCountyVoice.com. WellsCountyVoice.com, an online service that allows fans and parents to watch high school sports live anywhere and anytime that's convenient for your schedule. As always, we encourage you to go to the games and support the students, but when you simply can't, we're glad you're here with us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game, so please support these businesses whenever you can. Now, sit back and enjoy the game.
On the campus of Bellmont High School inside the teepee, welcome to another production of High School Hoops on WellsCountyVoice.com. Good evening, friends, and welcome aboard alongside longtime friend and partner Jeff Kokenauer. I'm Derek Decker. Pleasure to be with you here tonight. We've got 13th ranked Norwell against Bellmont. A couple of teams that have had really good starts to conference play, but they both have fallen once. So it's important for positioning. Obviously, both these teams are going to need help from Leo, Jeff, but an important one to stay in the thick of things in this very competitive Northeast 8 this year.
Listen, you got to love the parity. You got to love the competitiveness that you see in the NE8. But tonight, it's just a great night to be in a basketball gym in Indiana on a Friday night. It's going to be a great night for basketball.
Yeah, Friday night, it's a rivalry game that has existed for a long time, Jeff. In the last 35 years, these two teams have played each other 45 times because of tournament action. Norwell leads 29-26. These two teams battle close just about every time. In fact, they split last year. Bellmont won by 2 in the regular season, then Norwell won in overtime in the tournament.
And every time they play, it's a physical game. It's a disciplined game. Both teams aren't gonna score 70, 80 points in a game. So it's always a close matchup. It's always physical, and it's always a fun game to watch.
I was going to say, this is a couple of programs that really understand their identity very well. They do what they do well. They don't work without themselves and get outside of what they do well, and that's very important to understand in your culture, and it's a big reason why both these teams are well over 500.
That's right, and and that's the thing. So many teams in high school basketball are just trying to figure out even mid-season who they are, and these two coaches, both of them have a good sense of what they need to be, and they come out and play their game. And that's why every time they play, it's close, it's physical, and they play their games.
You're listening to the Billy Ann Supper Pub pregame show. Billy Ann Supper Pub is located in downtown Bluffton and is your local choice for Tex-Mex, some of the best burgers in the area, and some of the best American food as well. That's Billy Ann Supper Pub located in downtown Bluffton. Coke, Norwell coming off a 7-point win over Wayne. They were down heading into the fourth quarter in that contest, outscored the Generals, who have one win, by the way, 16-5 in the fourth quarter. Tough game. Talking to Mike McBride about it, said, hey, it was a tough team. They're an SAC squad. They play a lot of really good teams, and they've been close in a lot of their games. A quality road win as this team bounced back from their first back-to-back losses of the year.
Well, and you got to love the battling of adversity, of overcoming a deficit, coming off of 2 losses, just getting back into your mindset, getting your game right, and coming out with a win in a situation where it would have been easy to just give up, right? So a good fourth quarter comeback there, and again, it's that you want to start seeing that in teams as we get later in the season here, and we start getting closer and closer to the tournament.
Well, typically when you look at really good programs in the Northeast 8, they're old. They have a lot of experienced players. There's a lot of experience on both sides of the ball here,
right,
but not a lot of seniors. Bellmont has 3 of them on the roster. Norwell has 0. So it's still a little bit of youth. These are 2 teams that very well could contend for the league title next year.
That's for sure. And, you talk about a Norwell team that doesn't have a senior, but they've played a lot of basketball together.
Yeah.
They've played a ton of basketball together, and they've gotten a ton of experience over the last few years. So it's going to be really interesting to see how these 2 teams match up tonight and into the future. Again, Bellmont with those 3 seniors, but they turned over a ton after last year. And still, a lot of physicality, a lot of good basketball IQ on both sides of the ball tonight.
All right, why don't we take a short break? We'll come back with the balance of our Billy Ann Supper Pub pregame show, followed by starters in the tip. This is High School Hoops on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
In business since 1981, Barkley Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barkley Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barkley Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barkley Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674. Or find them on Facebook at Barkley Builders, Inc. Let Barkley Builders get started on your Barkley Built Forever home.
Hello, Tim Steffen Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Steffen Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Steffen Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA and SIPC.
When looking to sell or buy a home in Wells County, it's so important to work with an experienced full-time agent from the local area. I'm Bev Grish, and I'm beginning my 24th year helping families in the real estate business and would love to guide your family through the process. When you choose to work with a local agent who knows the Wells County market, you are a step ahead. I have built good working relationships with local lenders, realtors, inspectors, contractors, and appraisers, and it helps the process go smoothly. Whether you are buying your first home, a larger home, investment property, dream home, selling a long-time family business, or downsizing into retirement, I'm here to help. Heartfelt thanks for supporting me 24 years in the real estate business I truly love. Bev Sells Wells at 466-1822.
Back here at the TP, seats close to 4,000, a regional site for the girls tournament on the as we get deeper into February. Derek Decker with Jeff Kopenhauer here wrapping up the Billy and Supper Pub pregame show, talking to Mike McBride, Norwell head coach, before the game. Jeff said that one of the biggest keys in this game will be offensive rebounding. That certainly fits into the mantra of what these two teams playing physical basketball.
Well, I mean, that's a key to success in any game,
right? Especially
a tight game and a game that's not going to have a ton of points scored. I mean, they're going to score, but you got to be able to take control of the basketball when it's loose, so you can get second chance shots. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who wins the rebound margin tonight.
Biggest key from that game last season in the tournament, in the sectional game down at Mississinawa, Norwell winning by 9 in overtime. Norwell was plus 10 on the boards. We'll take one more timeout. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the tip after this on WellsCountyVoice.com.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension. Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists. They offer a great variety of cleaning services: commercial cleaning, cleaning windows, strip and wax floors, clean carpets, complete sanitizing of facilities, floor repair or replacement. They will also schedule a PM maintenance program.
At Cleaning One, your security is their top priority. They do a complete background check on each of their employees so you can feel good about letting them into your homes. For more information, give Rob a call at 260-409-2564 or give Bob a call, 260-403-7676. Or you can simply send them an email at officeonecleaning@yahoo.com.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists.
is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
You've heard of Seize the Day, right? Well, this month you can pay the day at the YMCA. Join the Y on January 10th and pay $10 for the entire month. Join on January 11th, pay $11, and so on. The sooner you join, the less you pay. Get your family connected to healthy activities in a clean, safe environment with a membership to the Y. Save big with Pay the Day at the YMCA now through January 31st. Visit fwymca.org for details. Offer valid at YMCA's in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties. Some restrictions apply.
Welcome back to the TP here on the campus of Bellmont High School. Time now for our starting lineups. And we start with the visiting Norwell Knights, who come into tonight's contest with a record of 9-3 overall and 1-1 in the Northeast State, ranked 13th in this week's 3A AP poll. Two guards for Norwell. At one guard, Leighton Bailey, a 5'11 junior, alongside Luke McBride, a 6'2 junior. Two forwards for Mike McBride, Jake Parker, a 6'3 junior, and Luke Graft, a 6'1 junior. All around center, Brody Bolin, a 6'3 junior. Mike McBride, sixth year at Norwell, a record of 82-51 after 12 years at Cherubusco. Recently got his 200th victory down at Noblesville. For Bellmont, it's a four-guard set for this Brave squad, who comes in with a record of 7-4, 1-1 in the Northeast State, and 2-1 this season here at the TP. At one guard, it's Andrew James, a 6-foot sophomore, next to Jack Scheinman, the 6'1 sophomore. Isaiah Wellman, a third guard, a 5'9 senior. At a fourth guard, John Ullman, a 6-foot senior. And at forward, 6'2 junior, DJ Kitson. John filling the head man for Bellmont in his fifth season, an overall record of 54-53. Bellmont won the JV contest tonight, 58-48. Gavin Hepner led Norwell with 11. Adam McBride chipped in 10. And, Coke, we should have a really good one tonight. Pre-game festivities wrapping up from public address announcer Mike Mackey here on the TP court. We're just taking in some of the new paintings and things and some upgrades that have gone on. In fact, they upgraded the Aux Gym, too, down the hallway where the freshmen played here tonight. Bellmont's going for the clean sweep over Norwell here tonight. But Coach, should be a really fun one. Looking forward to this one for a long time. These two longtime rivals. And again, with the 2-point victory Bellmont got at Norwell last year, you got to feel like Mike McBride wants revenge from the way that game ended, especially considering Norwell had a chance to win it at the end. And you feel like, man, you got to come on the road and get one here tonight. Absolutely.
This is a good test this time of the year. So it's a great opportunity for both teams, but especially in our case, Norwell to take advantage of a good matchup tonight. Our three officials: David Bradford from Pendleton, Tim Nolan from Galveston, and Kyle Smith from Logansport. It'll be Tim Nolan to tip it up. Brody Bolin in the center circle for Norwell, and he will tip it against Bellmont's DJ Kitson. And Norwell will attack in blue. Bellmont will defend in white as Brody Bolin wins the tip, and off we go here on a Friday night in northeastern Indiana. Northeast State Conference matchup, one of 4 games going on around the league tonight. Bolin catches it on the block, first possession, and he is blocked out of there by DJ Kitson. Bolin has been less than aggressive in the last couple of weeks for Norwell offensively, still carrying his load in the rebounding department, averaging 5 boards a game. But he really has not scored much in the last couple of weeks. Graft had contact as well as it still tips around. That was last touched by Bellmont, and Norwell will retain possession already 36 seconds in. Gotta love the aggressiveness right off the jump for Norwell tonight.
Very average type crowd here on hand along with the band at Bellmont tonight. Parker holds it on the left wing and drives right down the lane, and Jake Parker's new aggressive mentality offensively pays off on Norwell's first possession thanks to a couple of offensive rebounds.
Norwell coming out now in a man-to-man zone. Man-to-man zone, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Man-to-man press. We'll get there.
And I don't think they're going to press a lot here tonight. Try to speed up Bellmont a little bit. Straightaway three goes down for John Ullman, and Bellmont retakes the lead. 11 points a game for Ullman, averages 6 boards as well. And Parker lets it fly and knocks it down to respond with a three of his own. And the scoring is opened up hot, just like it did in the JV game here tonight. Two teams combined to make their first 6 shots from the floor. Bellmont and Norwell are so comparable when you look at the two offensive and defensive team numbers. That three missed in the corner by Jack Shyman, and Norwell clears the rebound. Both in the mid-50s on offense, upper 40s defensively. Parker again, and it's an 8-point start for Jake Parker, coming out of the gates red hot here at the TP.
Is this where we get the NBA Jam? He's heating up.
Really nice start for Parker tonight, who also has been a guy that struggled in recent weeks. There's a wing three from James. Both of these teams are good three-point shooting squads, well into the mid-30s. And you wondered about that. Here's McBride attacking off the dribble, plus a foul as he leaned into a runner, and Norwell's jumped out to a 10-3 lead just more than 2 minutes in. An offensive explosion to start.
Gotta love that the rebound by Bolin and the quick outlet pass to get the transitional basket and the foul. Again, love the aggressiveness by Norwell right now.
McBride is almost automatic from the foul line, and he knocks that one down. 91% free throw shooter, 71 for 78 on the season, only 7 minutes, and it's in an 8-point Norwell lead here at the TP. Bellmont made one shot on their first possession from John Ullman, which was only his 5th three of the season. But he knocked it down, and now a corner shot for Wellman that misses. And hustling after the rebound was Andrew James to keep that alive, and it's an and one for Jack Shyman, who cleaned up the loose ball. That play made by Andrew James.
Oh, for sure. A loose ball there. You know, and again, you got to be on the floor on the defensive side, too. You know, you got to be down there, get a rebound, and Bellmont pays off by getting on the floor, getting the basketball.
Jake Parker picks up the foul. Free throw is good for James. Makes it a 3-point play, or for Shyman, rather. He is a 63% foul shooter. That is one area where Norwell has a significant advantage statistically tonight, is in the free throw shooting department. Norwell 77% as a group. That's best in the Northeast State, and Bellmont trailing in the back half of the conference at 62%. Bailey gets stuck in the post and can't get the roll, but he's off to the free throw line. Both teams already aggressively getting to the free throw line early in possessions.
Yeah, both teams are being pretty aggressive, you're right. And you got to love the awareness of Layton right there to stop, get the defender off his feet with a pump fake and get the foul.
First foul on Andrew James. Bailey's also a good free throw shooter, but misses the first one. 81% on the season, averaging 11 points, 2 boards a game to go along with a team-high 4 assists.
Can we blame that miss on you for?
Now, it was already in the air when he shot it, although he misses both. Luke Graft is there for the offensive board. Parker left open. How do you do that early in this quarter? And that's a miss, and then a good box out by Isaiah Wellman. It'll go back to Bellmont. So Bailey leaves them both empty. That's actually been a surprisingly interesting trend that's developed with Layton, is he's really kind of money or not. And oftentimes when he misses, he does miss the pair. He gets the steal in the backcourt here, and Norwell back on offense 3 minutes in. Graft to the deck, and Ullman cleans it up. Bolin gets his fingertip in there, and Parker keeps it alive. Here come the Knights now on the break. 3-on-2. McBride the stop and pop. And the foul, a late foul called on the backside. And I think that'll count for McBride. And the foul went against Luke Graft. So the basket will count. Foul was on Luke Graft on Norwell, so Bellmont will get it here. No free throw for McBride. Mike McBride inquiring. Tim Nolan down there on the sideline. It's a 7-point lead nonetheless, and I think, Jeff, already way more offense than we expected to start.
Oh, for sure. 19 points already. You know, I mean, that's a lot of aggressiveness by both teams making that happen.
Not even halfway through the first quarter. Norwell only had this exact number 13 in the first quarter, the entire quarter at Wayne. Parker with the steal, but misses the layup. And back comes Bellmont. The trailing 3 for Wellman. And Belmont had a good start but can't make any shots right now. They've also turned it over a few times. Uncharacteristically of the Braves, only 13 turnovers a game. Parker! What a great start. Parker already in double figures.
He's not open from 3. He's making things happen by driving towards the basket. Gotta love that one right there.
That's foul number 2 on Isaiah Wellman, who's made half the team's threes. So that's a big foul. And he's going to stay in the game. Again, depth is an issue for this Belmont team, just like it was last year, even though the personnel has changed. And Parker's already over his average of 10 with 11 first quarter points and has Norwell up double digits. Can't expect to see a lot of zone from either team here tonight unless something gets really crazy, although might not be a bad idea for Belmont to change defensive looks here in transition. A 3 is knocked down by Andrew James to make it 16-9, and John Filling will call a quick timeout. This is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 3:33 left in the first quarter, 16-9 Norwell. Koch, it's really been a good offensive start for Norwell. Belmont's made a couple of shots, but Norwell's already created some early separation, which is a hard thing to do historically in this series.
Absolutely, and I think we were talking about in the pregame, these are traditionally close games. And, you know, obviously, Belmont's missed a few shots, had a few turnovers. Norwell's hit quite a few shots, being aggressive. So it'll be interesting to see how Norwell gets more guys into the mix as they need to. If Belmont makes adjustments, you know, closes out on Jake Parker a little bit more. What adjustments is Norwell going to make to get the ball around?
Well, that's what I was just going to say is Norwell's really been aggressive defensively, and this is not an offense or a defense rather that creates a lot of steals, to be honest with you. They're more of a lock you down kind of defense that'll string together some long defensive possessions, but they've gotten some run-out opportunities. It's a big reason that their offense has had such success.
Transition baskets.
There's the lob play out of the timeout. McBride missed the catch and shoot, and it was last touched by Norwell. So that timeout by John Filling actually gave Norwell the chance to draw that up, and the execution just wasn't there. Everything was except the make. So glad you could join us here tonight on a Friday night in Indiana. Good high school basketball action. Mid-range floater for Scheiman was short, and a rebound for Luke Kraft. Bailey splits the defenders and throws it to a cheerleader, and it goes back to Belmont on the turnover. I think he thought somebody was standing on the sideline there waiting for the pass, and nobody was home.
I think Luke Kraft cut from the wing a little quick, and he thought he was still there.
They gave Bailey a lot of space there, too, and I'm kind of surprised by that. As knocked down a shooter as there is on this Norwell team from distance. 36% on the season. Part of the reason that these games are so close over the years, as the teardrop goes in and out for Andrew James, rebounded by Bolin, is because the personnel just looks the same. It's everybody matches up really well. Belmont settled into a 2-3 zone here on this possession. I just said don't expect a lot of it, and I don't think they'll use it a lot, but they do go to it every now and then. Norwell's basically a strictly man team unless they're pressing, and even still, they're usually a man team. Norwell's actually handled 2-3 zones, I think, with great authority on offense this season. They saw a really good one against Crown Point down in Noblesville. There's the cross-court find to McBride. And that's just a zone-busting 3.
So you try to play the zone to keep them out of the inside. They kick it outside, and Luke McBride says, I'll shoot that.
What an offensive quarter here for Norwell. They're on pace for 80. They're not going to get there tonight, but 19 first quarter points is the most they've had in a couple of weeks in a quarter, outside of one against Leo. Scheiman. I mentioned it in the pregame, both these teams have the ability to knock down shots, and that's certainly ringing true in this first quarter.
No kidding.
Efficient offenses. Mike McBride thinks his team is a sleeping giant from three-point distance. Said, we just haven't put it together yet. We've had some games where we've been in the 30s. There's good ball movement, and the penetration And Bailey dumps it off for a wide open Luke Graff for the 2.
That one right there, of course, ball movement will get your defense all over the place. So that was a great job by Norwell to move the ball, find the extra pass, extra 2 passes, and get the ball to a high percentage shot.
Baseline shot goes down for Andrew James. And you're right, Coach. Norwell's doing it in different ways in this quarter.
Lots of variety of shots. And you got to see how many quarters can they continue to have that percentage.
Now they'll put it on the hip for the final 30 seconds. Belmont will apply some pressure out top with Isaiah Wellman. This is, honestly, in this series, this could easily be a halftime score. It's 21-14. We're almost to the first quarter break, but both teams have shot it well over 50% in this quarter, and probably close to that mark for both teams downtown. Now they'll move it. Oh, how did they lose McBride down in the paint? James from half court, and that's the end of the first quarter. That is about as good of an offensive quarter Norwell has had all year. They lead Belmont by 9 on the road after 1 at the TP.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
Back here in Decatur, I'm not old, but I've been around basketball for a long time, and I'm going to have to ask you again to explain what a man-to-man zone press is. Now, there's matchup zones. There's different things you can do. You can be straight-up man. You can be straight-up zone, but I've never seen the combination of both of those things.
There's an easy explanation for all of that. That's why I do public address.
It's two sides of the same coin.
That's exactly right. It's a high-quality defense is what it is.
Right.
High quality. And one that nobody knows how to play against. So
well, that's true. I've never seen it on film. Belmont will start with the ball here in the second quarter. Left wide open is Ullman. And I can't believe he's making him pay. I know in the scouting report, Coach McBride's got to be saying, you let this guy shoot. He'd only made 4 on the season coming into tonight, and he's got a pair in his first half.
But you leave anybody that wide open, I might be able to make that shot.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Norwell turns it over and in and out of the hands of Federspiel. 3 subs on the floor for Norwell. Cohen Bailey's into the game alongside John Colbert and Ashton Federspiel to start this second frame. McBride almost creates a turnover in the backcourt once again. So at times, Coach, they've applied this backcourt pressure, and it really has been pretty successful in minor ways.
I think it speeds up Belmont to a point that they're not quite comfortable with yet right now. So, anything you can do to throw your opponent off is going to be helpful.
James gets it back from Ullman, and Wellman will walk it across. A 6-point hole. Feels like Norwell's played about as good as they can offensively and still only lead by half a dozen. Down low, letting the defender fly by, but missing the shot was Shyman. And Ashton Federspiel pulls down the board for Norwell. McBride from deep. Neither one of these teams can miss. And he's into double figures. So Parker and McBride have combined to carry 22 of Norwell's 26 points.
Just an offensive explosion, you got to love it.
And a nickel dimer on the drive goes against Cohen Bailey. It's been a really clean game to watch, too, and that's also a hallmark of this series is teams don't foul a lot, even though they're good defensively, and shoot it well from the perimeter. Makes a game really easy on the eyes.
And especially when, you are still being aggressive and both teams are able to play defense. You get a touchy-touch foul in this game, and it's not going to be fun.
Tough contested shot for Kitson, and that was spinning in and out. And Bailey's fouled on the drive and count the basket. And Norwell's got their 3rd and 1 of the first half.
Again, defensive rebound, quick outlet pass, get it across the timeline, and you're gonna make things happen. You're gonna make things happen like a quick basket by Leighton Bailey.
Jack Shyman picks up the personal. A Belmont team that's won 5 out of their last 6 as Bailey redeems himself here at the foul line. And they've won 5 out of 6 back-to-back games. South Adams and Columbia City, their last 2 wins. Columbia City, an outstanding win for this Bellmont team. Columbia City was a pick really at the beginning of the season to contest with Leo in the Northeast State. And I think Norwell's established themselves to be in that conversation. Obviously played Leo tight to the last couple possessions at home last weekend. And Belmont's got to be in that conversation too. Huntington North's there as well. So again, it's a really balanced league this year. And Federspiel gets another rebound. Wellman on the miss. Bailey in transition. And that's another timeout called by John Filling, his second of the half. 32 points for Norwell. They're up 15 on the road.
Good evening, Norwell basketball fans. My name is Nathan Shelton. As an advisor at Shelton Financial Group, the thing I enjoy most is talking to our clients about what matters to them. As our clients prepare for and enjoy retirement, some enjoy spending time with their grandkids, some prefer to travel the world, and for others, it's giving of time and resources. As you think of and prepare for your retirement, we'd love to talk with you either virtually or in person at one of our office locations in Ossian or Fort Wayne. You can also call us at 260-436-7006. Nathan Shelton, investment advisor representative of USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Back here in Decatur, I was just talking to Mike McBride before the game, and I said this a few moments ago. He said at some point we're going to have a night where we shoot it well. There's too many good shooters on this team, and at some point they're going to put it together. They had plenty of those nights last year, and honestly it's something that they had to do last year to win games. This year they can win in different ways, but when they shoot it like this, it's going to be a difficult team to beat.
Well, and it's not like these are just wide open shots either. They're contested shots, and guys are nailing them.
Yeah, it's been an impressive half of basketball here, and there's still 6 minutes left. Norwell's averaging 56 points a game. James, well, long. Ullman slapped it off of the heezy of Luke McBride. It'll stay with Norwell. Give an offensive board to John Ullman on the dead ball. The thing about the whole deal is it just, it is a 15-point game, and it's blossomed in a hurry.
Yes, it has.
But Belmont really has kept pace for the most part, and it doesn't feel like they're anywhere close to being out of the game or they're overwhelmed or overmatched. Just feels like they need to make a couple of shots.
I think you credit that, too, to the defense of both teams. Mainly Norwell right now has been playing to keep the pressure on.
Now there's a straightaway three that goes down. Andrew James has his second triple, so both teams have made 5 threes in this first half, in the first 11 minutes of the game. Again, that's an easy game to watch on the eyes. As a fan, as a broadcaster, everything you like about basketball is happening in this game. Guys being aggressive. Colbert has it stripped on the baseline, and he takes out Colin Bailey, so they've got a 5-on-3 if they hurry. They have got to get a shot up. There's the extra pass. Good ball movement, and Scheinman converts in the corner. Good transition offense by Belmont.
That's right. Took advantage of the 5-on-3. That extra pass, wide open three. That guy's going to make it.
Scheinman's a 34%, that's not true, 41% three-point shooter. Down to a 9-point game, although Colbert gets a great pass from Leighton Bailey on the feed at the low block.
Great job by Leighton right there to stop and find the open man.
Norwell really missed John when he was out for the first several games of the season. Came back against Bluffton in that route. County rivalry game. Colbert gets his fingertips in here. A couple of subs coming in for Norwell. Parker and Bolin and Luke Graff. So they'll return to the starting 5 on the floor, although the bench guys really gave good minutes.
Yeah, you got to love that performance by those 3 guys to come in and give them the starters a break, but also just to play well defensively, get a couple rebounds, and be a little offensive productive there. It's great.
Norwell can go about 9 deep. They can go to Cade Shelton sometimes, although they've used him a lot in the JV game and did so tonight. He does have a couple of quarters available. Mid-range comes up short for Wellman, but a second chance, and James hits a 3, and all of a sudden we've got an 8-point game. And Belmont continues to make threes. That's now 7 in this first half. A lot of their offense, obviously, the vast majority of it has come from distance. Bolin strong with it. Parker dumps it off for Graft. Bolin's second chance, and he's fouled. It does seem, Jeff, that Belmont has found a way to mark up Norwell's Jake Parker, who had 10, in fact 11 first quarter points. He hasn't had anything since and hasn't even gotten a clean look off since then.
Well, about the time they lock him down a little bit, Luke McBride shows up.
Yeah.
And then Leighton Bailey starts to get in the mix, and all of a sudden now you don't know what to do. Plus, down there, I love the second chance points there Brody Bowen creating and getting the foul.
Hell, he earns 1 out of 2 at the line. That's about his average. He was 4 for 8 all season. He doesn't get there much, but when he does, he converts at a 50% clip. 9-point Norwell lead here deep in the second quarter. Ullman on the drive. And Bolin, another strong rebound for Norwell. Bolin tries a 15-footer. Wowza. I honestly don't know if I've seen him take a jumper this season. I'm being 100% serious about that. Norwell's been aggressive tonight. We were talking on the way over about historically these two teams being deliberate offenses, but they've gotten shots up in a hurry tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Well, granted, when your confidence is boosted and you're shooting it as well as you are, then, hey, keep shooting it.
Yep. Shooter's got to shoot, Derek.
That's right. And there's plenty of them in this game. This is a longer possession for Belmont, one of the longest of the night.
I was going to say.
Scheinman took a spill. Parker gambles, and that bounces into the fourth row. Nice play by Rick Sprunger.
Gotta love all of the commentary. You get it all. You
get it all.
You get it all.
Whoops. James just dribbled it off the back of his foot as he was trying to go behind the back against Bailey, and that's a turnover.
That's what I like to call a little whoopsie.
That is a whoopsie.
It's a whoopsie.
There haven't been that many of them. Really, Belmont's came in a fury in that first quarter, and since then both teams have really been good at taking care of the ball. Fits into their identity well.
Baseball, we like to call it a Ouija.
Bolin catches again. Nice patient move by Brody Bolin.
You gotta love that footwork right there and getting the open man. I love that footwork. I love that move.
Really good basketball in this first half from Norwell. This has really been an impressive half.
Pretty complete first half.
Yeah. And James converts from the baseline. He's got 13 points to lead Belmont. In fact, he leads all scorers at this point.
So now the question is, what do you do with this last 2 minutes here, right? What do you do to make sure you keep the momentum going into halftime?
Yeah. I mean, even if Belmont gets this down to like 6, they've got to feel real good about going into the break. Graft is fouled on the drive. That's just the 6th foul against Belmont. I've only got Norwell for 1 in this second quarter, 3 in the half. 2 shots for Luke Graft, who's a 65% free throw shooter. He's improved in this category. He was in the 40s last year. Sub for Belmont, in for the first time, is Chase Leniger, the 6'1 senior, alongside Trent Geimer, a 5'7 junior, both for the first time. Am I missing is that the first time Belmont subbed?
Very well may be.
I think so. Graft makes both, and it's a 11-point Norwell advantage. Maybe I wrote off the prospect of 80 points in this game a little too early.
Maybe.
They're still on pace. High ball screen set by Leniger, who just checked into the game. And Scheinman on the dribble here. Norwell in switching man. Free throw line jumper short for Ullman. Another rebound for Bolin, who's really stacking them up with a minute left in the quarter.
Switching man, not quite a press zone man, right?
Nice find. McBride, the assist to Bolin. That is excellent offense.
And I think that just goes to, that's a statement of the first half here for Norwell.
And John Filling calling out one shot here. So I honestly can't blame him. I mean, you got to stop the bleeding and get into the locker room at some point. Bailey takes a spill, but Belmont won't use it to its advantage. They have taken the Bellmont student section out of the game here. Got them out of the game at the start. Norwell's got fouls to give, by the way, so if they want to grab on a drive, that's not a bad idea. Bailey punches it out. Offensive foul against Jack Scheinman, and that's best case scenario for the Knights.
You know, there's some conversation about taking out the charge in basketball because of, some of that stuff and the flopping and stuff. That was the most obvious charge I think I've seen in a few years.
Well, that is number 3 against Jack Scheinman.
That's not good for Bellmont.
That is not good. Again, and now Norwell turns it over and Leniger blows the layup. They can get a shot off Bolin on the turnaround. If that goes down, then Norwell's never missing again. Well, that is about as complete half of basketball as you're going to find from Norwell this year. They lead it at the break, 41-28. We'll take a break. We'll come back and talk about it after this. This is High School Hoops on WellsCountyVoice.com.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
In business since 1981, Barclay Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barclay Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barclay Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barclay Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674, or find them on Facebook at Barclay Builders, Inc. Let Barclay Builders get started on your Barclay Built Forever home.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
When looking to sell or buy a home in Wells County, it's so important to work with an experienced full-time agent from the local area. I'm Bev Grish, and I'm beginning my 24th year helping families in the real estate business and would love to guide your family through the process. When you choose to work with a local agent who knows the Wells County market, you are a step ahead. I have built good working relationships with local lenders, realtors, inspectors, contractors, and appraisers, and it helps the process go smoothly. Whether you are buying your first home, a larger home, investment property, dream home, selling a long-time family business, or downsizing into retirement, I'm here to help. Heartfelt thanks for supporting me 24 years in the real estate business I truly love. Bev sells Wells at 466-1822.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists. They offer a great variety of cleaning services, commercial cleaning, cleaning windows, strip and wax floors, clean carpets, complete sanitizing of facilities, floor repair or replacement. They will also schedule a PM maintenance program.
At Cleaning One, your security is their top priority. They do a complete background check on each of their employees so you can feel good about letting them into your homes. For more information, Give Rob a call at 260-409-2564 or give Bob a call, 260-403-7676. Or you can simply send them an email at officeonecleaning@yahoo.com.
Cleaning One Incorporated, your cleaning specialists.
At Corrective Chiropractic, we offer individualized treatment plans for patients of all ages, from infants to elderly, and even during pregnancy. Have you ever experienced a workplace, sports, or auto accident, or just suffer from chronic pain? Corrective Chiropractic can help. Knee, neck, shoulder, or back pain, headaches, migraines, allergies, muscular tension. Corrective Chiropractic can help. I'm Dr. Josh Bell from Corrective Chiropractic. We welcome patients from Bluffton, Yoder, Decatur, Bern, Montpelier, and the surrounding areas. Schedule your appointment today at 260-353-1400 and let Corrective Chiropractic help you along your journey to health and wellness. Corrective Chiropractic, 360 North Main Street, Suite A, Dutch Mill Plaza. Feel and function better.
Welcome back to the TP here alongside Jeff Kokenauer, Derek Decker with you here in Decatur. Oh, and a half of basketball for Norwell. Jeff, it was a half where both teams shot it well from distance. They combined to make 13 threes in that first half. We said these teams had the ability to do that. I don't think either one of us anticipated to shoot it at that clip for both teams.
I mean, you know, the difference here is Norwell's shot the lights out so far. I mean, played a very complete game, you know, so far. Bellmont this would be a closer game if there wasn't that couple minute spurt there.
Yeah.
A couple turnovers, a few foul calls that kind of put Bellmont down. Again, both teams are playing pretty well, except for that little spat there for Bellmont. It'll be interesting to see here in the second half. Can they keep it up, and how will they keep it up? What adjustments are they going to make at halftime here? You know, how's Bellmont going to close out on shooters? And you know, the other thing is Norwell's just got to continue to rebound the basketball. That's been a thing that's been huge for them in this first half, is that transitional basket, you know, that transition movement, getting the ball across the timeline. It'll be really interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, and we were just talking, Jeff, you know, I just can't overstate enough. This Norwell team was 10-14 last year, and yes, they did get to a sectional championship. You were there for it. The progress that this group, and it's the same group, made from last season at the start of the year to the end of the year was immense, and they've made similar progress here tonight and over the course of this season where they're 13 games in now, and you can just see this team building to a point where Mike McBride very well might have a chance to make that return trip to Indy that he didn't have the chance to do in the COVID year when he had a team that was probably good enough to do it.
Yeah, we were actually supposed to do that game
That's right.
down at Newcastle, and then all came down. You know, one of the things I noticed, because we did that sectional championship game down there in Mississinawa last year, and you talk about the growth of this team from the whole season last year to now. I know that they lost against Leo, but to play Leo, who was 2 points away from a state championship last year, to play them as tight as they did, and then to come in here, there's a confidence about this team that I think you're seeing in the ball movement that they're doing, and just the confidence they have in their shot. And I think if they can continue to develop that, and obviously you're going to have cold spells, you're going to have halves and quarters, you're not going to be able to make as many shots, but there's a swagger about this team I think is really fun to watch.
Yeah, the confidence has really exploded from last year, and I think obviously Mike McBride will tell you he is a defensive-minded guy, and that's where it starts for Norwell, and that's definitely where the progress came last year, because even at the start of the year, this is a group that just has shooters, so they can shoot the basketball. They've always been able to score points. The question has been, how well do they defend? And here at the start of the game tonight, they kind of struggled through the first few possessions. After that, they locked it down. And again, in kind of uncharacteristic Norwell style, it wasn't just a pack it in, force you to shoot it poorly from three. It was an aggressive, we're going to go get steals and get transition baskets.
Well, and especially, that press that they put in, that man press. That to add to the intensity of their defense so far, when you're pressing a team from the entire court, and you got to be able to handle the basketball all the way down the floor.
You're right.
You're going to cause those turnovers like we saw there for that couple minutes.
All right, Coke, where does Bellmont go from here? This game is far from over. It's 41-28. Again, there's no way Norwell can shoot it better than they did in the first half. So where do you go from here? How do you slowly crawl your way back into this thing?
Well, there's two things. I think you have to increase your defensive intensity. You got to be able to get through screens. There was a couple plays, a handful of plays that Norwell just, you said it. How do you lose Luke McBride
in the paint?
Yeah,
right.
Down low. So you got to intensify that. But the other thing is Belmont hasn't been getting position, rebounding the ball. If they can do that, then they're going to claw themselves back in this game. But again, if Norwell continues to play defense with the intensity they are, rebound the ball and get those transitional shots, it's going to be a tough game. This is going to be a tough way to crawl back.
Norwell up a baker's dozen. Third quarter coming up just around the corner.
Hello, Tim Steffen Financial Group. It's been said nothing is certain except change. We must adapt to change to stay safe and move forward. What changes have there been in your life? At Steffen Financial Group, we would like to work with you and help with your future planning. Call me, Tim Steffen, or Michelle Stoller, 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group, 110 West Cherry Street, Bluffton, Indiana. Retirement, investments, savings plans. Steffen Financial Group can also assist with your personalized Medicare supplement, health, life, and long-term care plans. 260-824-8175. Steffen Financial Group. Solid planning, local service, professional advice.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA and SIPC.
Here comes the third quarter here at Belmont, and it's 41-28. And Norwell starts with the basketball. And the band. Bailey is fouled. Great start for Norwell again. Now, one issue for Belmont that kind of came up in that first half is foul trouble. They had Jack Scheinman pick up his third, a critical foul on the last offensive possession for Belmont. And Isaiah Wellman has a pair as well. So that may make an impact as we get deeper into the game.
And Norwell, of course, not in foul trouble at all. I think they had three fouls in the first half. So a lot of room to play defensively aggressive again for Norwell. And again, you love it here. Leighton coming out, aggressive with the basketball, causing a foul, and hitting 2 free throws.
And he's got 8 points.
Here comes that press again.
You're right, and that has really made a difference tonight. McBride is a capable defender. And the starters are out there for Belmont to start this second half. Corner three drops for Andrew James, so they pick up right where they left off from three-point shooting range. It's really the only thing keeping the Braves in the game. And Andrew James has 16 points. He's only a 34% shooter, which is just average. But, man, he's been good tonight. Parker with the foul. So, again, for two teams that are, it almost seems like contrasting styles at this point. And what's becoming evident to me, the non-analyst, is that Belmont is finding their niche in shooting threes. Norwell can score different ways. They can shoot a three, but they can also take you downhill and get to the line.
Well, the thing about the way that Norwell's playing right now is if this continues right here, the foul trouble is going to get Belmont. And whether it's their free throw shooting or just getting into foul trouble.
And that was the third foul on Kitson.
Right. So now you got two Belmont players with 3 fouls.
Parker has a baker's dozen. There's a foul on Bailey. Again, though, at the end of the day, who cares? I mean, you don't want to see that kind of a foul, but it's the first against Bailey and the first on Norwell in like 8 minutes of game time.
And I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah.
You're playing a press, you might as well be aggressive.
You live with that foul. Across the timeline comes Ullman, who had 6 points in that first half on a couple of threes. Joins the rest of his Brave buddies on basically making threes, and that's it in the first half. That one's short, but no box out by Parker, and it leaves Scheinman open for the putback.
Again, even on that play, nobody penetrated.
No, and that's what I'm saying. The offense it always has been perimeter-based for Belmont. They rely on their three-point shooting. But the difference is Norwell can score multiple ways. That's McBride posting up right there and getting the roll.
And double teamed while he's down there on the post.
And he's 6'1". Well, he's listed at 6'2", but that means he's actually 5'11". 14-point Norwell advantage here on the road, and it's been a comfortable margin since early in the second quarter. Leniger is out there for Belmont, a strong senior. Easy drive and score for Wellman. And his first bucket of the night. He's the leading scorer for Belmont, and that is his first basket of the game. Raft, spin cycle, what a finish.
You gotta love that intensity right there.
Come on. I mean, they just, offensively, there is just no answer for Belmont tonight. just doesn't fit into what we know about Bellmont. And seeing him on film a couple of times, I've watched him several times. I mean, the last 4 games that they've played, defensively, they've given up 51, which was in overtime, 45, 29, and 43. And they've given up 49 in the first 19 minutes of game time here tonight. Mike McBride likes the defense, so the Norwell fans. Long possession here for the Braves. Norwell can afford. Yeah, and Norwell can afford plenty of these.
Absolutely.
Will Ullman force one? He gets blocked by Parker, but it's a foul underneath on Parker. Got him with the body, and 2 shots coming for Ullman.
You know, it's one of those plays where he got all the ball.
He did up top.
He did, but he bodied him down low. But again, the aggressiveness on defense, what was that, a 2-minute possession, and they put you on the foul line where you're going to have the potential of 1 for 2.
Yeah, and Ullman's not a good foul shooter. But he makes 1 out of 2. That's off the heel. Graff the board. Has it stripped for a moment by the bigger Leniger. And McBride has it knocked away. It's close to a travel by Ullman.
Said that out loud, didn't I?
There's a foul.
Got a little sloppy there for a couple minutes.
Yeah, it did.
Back and forth.
Going back to your point, I think you've fallen into this rhythm of being used to having the mic off whenever you want, rather than extemporaneous speaking for 2 hours.
That's right. Public address announcing. I would like to say, all in all, a well-officiated game so far.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree. Leniger splits the pair. It's still only a 12-point game, so as good as Norwell has played, that's bad English, as well as Norwell has played, it's been a game where Belmont's still only a couple of shots away from being right back in it. Tipped pass falls into the arms of Parker, and he misses the 3. Is he a foul on Bellmont there? Or on Graff? It should be on Graff. Yeah, it is. All right, I was going to say, that foul definitely should be on Graff. And that's number 3 on Graff, so the first semblance of foul issues for Norwell tonight. Mike McBride's going to make a sub.
You know, on that play, though, just before the foul, I just appreciated how Graff knew who was open. You know, he's down low, he's getting double teamed. He knew someone was open, and he knew he had to get rid of the basketball. He had an idea of where Parker was. He basically threw that pass blind and found Parker over in the corner. Granted, there's a foul and a rebound, but yeah. I just appreciate the awareness of the player to know where the ball's going to need to go.
James is cut off by the newly entered Cohen Bailey. And that's off of Bellmont. It's really the first rough patch of the game that we've hit. Yeah. I mean, it's been so clean offensively. We're not used to seeing teams not score a will.
Yeah, a little sloppy with the basketball. Got to take care of that. Get back, get your composure here, you know. Now you got to figure out how to play with Graff off the floor, and that's going to be okay. You just got to figure it out.
Parker on the cut.
You got to love the movement there.
That's just impressive offense again. It feels like even when Norwell's had a couple of possessions in a row where they haven't gotten a good look or haven't had a shot go down, they just offensively, again, they're so disciplined that they can go back to what works for them whenever they want. Isaiah Wellman banks it in for his second bucket. Again, at this stage of the game, Norwell can afford to trade baskets. That had to be a foul. It was a great play made by Ashton Fettersfield to throw it off of a Brave. So either it got partially blocked or he was fouled, because it definitely double clutched off his hand. And
that wasn't a Jake Parker shot right there.
No, I mean, it obviously was a foul, or again, a partial block, but it didn't look like it. Regardless, Norwell gets it here.
And Eric, partner, I've been thinking about, what's the difference between last year and this year? What's the confidence here? I think there's a lot of movement away from the basketball for Norwell. They're getting open. They're making cuts, and that's what's provided them with opportunities to get high percentage shots like that one.
And one for Leighton Bailey, who's now into double figures. And I think in the larger picture, Jeff, you think about this team, and they just each night, it feels like they continue to get better. Where will they be in March? I mean, that's a great question to ask. They're going to be the clear favorite to win the sectional no matter what happens between now and then. And then, you're staring down the barrel at basically probably a rematch with Leo in the regional, and Northwood's in that regional more than likely as well. That's a stacked regional. Couple of top 5 teams, and it's down at Newcastle, which is, I hope Norwell wins it just for that sake.
Right.
Because I love going down there. It's such a great gym. Got to go down there last year for the Hall of Fame Classic on the girls' side. I had a blast calling a couple of games courtside.
Newcastle is an awesome gym.
Yeah, it is definitely a bucket list item if you're a high school hoops fan. Which, if you're watching this broadcast on a Friday night, online, buried in YouTube, then you probably are.
Maybe you're watching the Boilers beat Nebraska.
And Mike McBride will use the timeout here. Refuse to talk about that point. It's 32nd timeout. Minute 52 to go. 15-point advantage for Norwell. And again, all the things that have happened in this game, there's been rough patches, there's been moments here in this third quarter. All in all, it's been exactly the same as where it was at the start of the second quarter. Norwell up 15. They made that big push right to start the second quarter after the hot shooting in the first, and they just have been able to keep Belmont more than an arm's length away since then.
Yeah, you say that. It's felt like it's been pretty much under control by Norwell for most of the game. And like I said, I think a lot of that has to do with taking care of the basketball. There's not been a lot of turnovers for Norwell. There was that little moment there in the third quarter here where it's been a little sloppy, but by and large, they've taken care of the basketball. And I think that's, when you control the basketball, you don't make mistakes, you don't make mental mistakes, you're going to be able to play your game, which is what Norwell's been able to do tonight.
Less than 2 minutes to go in this third frame, 54-39. Norwell on top. 41 first half points is a season high for Norwell. Colbert, a couple of strong dribbles, has it stripped, and McBride was way off balance, but he draws a foul.
He just muscled that thing towards the basket.
John Ullman picks up the foul. Norwell's got Carroll coming up next week, and that is an interesting game. The good news for Norwell, they've only played 4 games at the Castle, and they have 3 straight coming up. Carroll, New Haven, and Lures. Each one of those games provides different challenges. But I think they're all very winnable. This is a really winnable stretch for Norwell. Carroll hasn't won yet. New Haven is under 500, and Lures has only won. Actually, I don't think Lures has won yet. As a matter of fact, they might be playing tonight in the SAC, and I think both those teams are still winless. And that's just, how many times in past years have you been able to say that as Ullman drains the mid-range?
Not very often. You definitely wouldn't expect it.
Especially not from Carroll.
No.
Marty Beasley split town and went to DeKalb. That 3 is short from Wellman. Part of the difference here from Carroll is what we expect. Well, it's just a bad, really difficult schedule left over. So they're better than a winless team. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But they really have struggled big time. And I don't know where they're going to find wins outside of tonight. This might be their best chance for a win all season. And that is just unthinkable for Carroll or for Lures or for most boys teams in this area.
I'm shocked right now you telling me.
Yeah. It's really just been an interesting year for both of those ball clubs. Lures has been less close. That's an even more winnable game for Norwell. There's a foul on the backside. Goes against Leniger, which is a non-issue for Belmont.
21, Chase Leniger, his first.
Still a 15-point advantage here late in the third quarter. Norwell trying to hold for the final shot, I'm sure. McBride probably not going to pass it, I'm guessing. Well, he has to. Almost turns it over. 1 second. Bailey on the curl, gets it off. And it's well off the mark, and the third quarter comes to an end. 56-41. Norwell leading Belmont by a comfortable margin heading to the fourth quarter at the TP.
Is filled with fabulous golf courses that offer a variety of experiences and are as diverse and distinct as the regions they're in. And there is one right here in your backyard that you shouldn't miss. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton. You deserve a little time on the greens, so book your tee time, brush off your spikes, and get ready to play. Green Valley Golf Club, located at 2635 East, 150 North in Bluffton, just east of the Stone Quarry.
Head on out to Green Valley to hit some balls on their driving range or putting green. Call 824-4510 to reserve your tee time. Green Valley, where your friends play.
Back here at the TP, about to start the fourth quarter. Derek Decker with Jeff Kokenauer tonight, who I have been pestering all year. For some reason, it always comes down to the Belmont game. It's the same thing last year. I drug you over here on a Friday night or a Saturday night.
So I guess the next game we'll do is Mississinewa.
Right. Well, that would be girls sectional down in Mississinewa this year. Norwell about to turn the page into the tournament season, and that is hard to believe. The girls' schedule always sneaks up on you at the end of the year because they play their tournament in the first week of February. So they are really close to being done. And they have a very feasible path to win out, except for Jay County, who presents an interesting challenge. So that's a foul on the floor against Graft, and that's
fourth.
It is.
Norwell foul number 12, Luke Graft, his fourth.
So now they're going to stop play. So they called it on the drive, and I think Mike McBride's got a good point here.
He did a good job coaching right there to make sure his player doesn't get his fourth.
Because they didn't call it a block. They called it a reach, and that is correct. And then it would have been a shooting foul had it been Graft. So it was on Jake Parker instead. You're right. Great coaching job there by Mike McBride.
In a game that doesn't have replay, you got to take advantage of that if you know.
But that's why, and people say, well, a lot of folks don't really pay attention to what the official calls on where was the contact and what was the actual foul. And that's the reason that it has to be brought to attention is in situations like that. Ullman gets the roll.
And I think we'd be remiss if we didn't say a great job by the officiating crew, in a situation where they could have easily said, no, that's the foul I called. They stopped, they talked together, and they got it right.
Yeah, David Bradford from Pendleton, Tim Nolan from Galveston, and Kyle Smith from Logansport, which is always not to say that guys from far away are good. It's refreshing to see guys that you don't always see in a conference game, just because you don't want an advantage to one team or the other that gets to see the same guy 5 times over the course of the season.
That's right.
High off the window, Jack Scheinman's first bucket in a while, and he's got a baker's dozen. And it's an 11-point game. Belmont's not done yet. There's still 7 minutes left in the game.
You talk about crawling back into the game. Belmont was kind of cold in the third quarter, and now all of a sudden making some shots and making some opportunities available to themselves. See what happens here.
Still the issue for Belmont is stringing together stops tonight, which they have not done well or with any kind of regularity. And Norwell, you can expect, will be uber patient in this fourth quarter. And Parker kind of throws up an ill-advised shot. And back comes Belmont with a chance to cut it into single digits for the first time in a long period of game time. James, and there's a foul against Ullman, and that is number 2 on him, the 6th on Belmont. So next foul will put Norwell shooting the rest of the game, and that's a big advantage for Norwell, obviously.
You were talking about free throw percentages. This is where Norwell's got the advantage.
Right, there haven't been that many tonight yet, but you can expect there will be some here in this fourth quarter. at least from the Norwell side. Bailey, a wise decision, although he had the gun loaded. Was experienced enough, even without a senior, that you know they're not going to take a lot of bad shots here at the end of the game. That's a good shot, but Parker missed it. Kraft called for a foul, and that irritates some of the Norwell faithful who were right on top of the play, and Bellmont will get the basketball back, and that is indeed number 4 on Luke Kraft.
Not going to be a popular guy, but that was a good call.
I agree with you. I think it's totally a good foul.
Came down on the hand, got a ball loose for it. Gain an advantage like that, can't get away with it.
Well, you're not in it for the popularity, are you?
I'm not. Man press zone, you know.
High basketball IQ in Northeast Indiana on a Friday night. Curling around the top is Wellman. Bellmont needs a basket here to cut this thing back to within single digits in a manageable game. A contested baseline jumper made by John Ullman. Well, if you're Norwell, you're like, man, take that shot, because that's what we want. But Ullman just made a better offensive play, and we've got a 30-second timeout called by Bellmont. So it's a 9-point contest with 5:18 to go. Jeff, they're one stop and a score away from really feeling like they're right in the game.
Well, what you've got is Norwell's missed a few shots here on their offensive end, and Belmont's just taken advantage, come down and made some shots, made some set plays instead of just coming down and spreading out, getting some higher percentage shots, but penetrating a little bit more, which opens up opportunities not only around the perimeter, but those 15-foot, 17-foot shots. And the question here is, what's Norwell going to do? Is Norwell going to bear down defensively, which is their MO, and then again, be patient and make some of those high percentage shots that they were making in the first half.
I think the band should play the entire game.
I was going to say welcome to the NBA, but then I did.
Gives a new, you did say it. Double dribble on Cohen Bailey. That's a critical turnover.
That's not what you're looking for out of a timeout. Nope. But again, this is the opportunity that Norwell has to learn how to battle adversity. What are you going to do when it's not going your way?
Yeah,
all the
and
time?
Jeff, they haven't had much of it tonight.
Not in this game.
I mean, really, they haven't. They've made the shots when they needed to, and it's always been double digits in the important parts of the game. But now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, and you knew Bellmont at home, who was lost just once here this season, was going to make it difficult. Bolin knocks that away on the baseline.
Well, this is the time of year where you want to make sure you're mentally tough enough that when things get tough in the tournament, you're ready to go. Yeah. So this is a good test for Norwell.
Corner 3, knocked down by James, and we've got a 6-point game here at the teepee with ample time left. Andrew James has knocked down his 5th 3 of the contest, and now the Bellmont fans making some noise for the first time tonight. This building can get pretty loud when the Bellmont fans are here. McBride is clobbered down the lane, so whenever Norwell needed to calm themselves down, you see McBride make an aggressive play and earn a trip to the line.
Well, you knew Bellmont wasn't going to stay this cold the entire second half because they were so hot in that first quarter. What I love here is Luke McBride doesn't try to force a 3, doesn't try to answer. He says, we're going to play our game with aggression, and goes to the basket, gets fouled, which is, again, another Bellmont player with 3 fouls now, and, you know, you're shooting free throws.
91% free throw shooter, misses one there, but he does get one, so he makes it a 3-possession game. That's how you want to start thinking about this thing, is down to 4 minutes to go, you're talking about possessions. James is guarded by Cohen Bailey, and I think that's an interesting matchup because now they switch Parker onto him. Parker gets a dig off of Bolin. It's one shot away here from really coming alive. It's not that great of a crowd, but again, this is a loud building, metal roof. This is a great gym for tournament basketball. Catch and shoot. Wellman is short. Offensive board by the underappreciated Leniger, and James misses a 3. He's had the hot hand the whole second half. And now back comes Norwell up 7. And no need to take a bad shot, so they won't.
That's smart right there by Norwell. Pull it out, take your time, get the shot you want. Don't get a rush shot.
If you thought that Norwell was just going to coast to a win here, think again in this conference.
That's right.
There's just too many good teams. It's hard to win every night. There are really no gimmies this year in this league. And neither were there last year, but I mean, even Norwell was close to 500 in their 10-win season. They went 3-4 in the league and lost a couple games by tight margins. There's a foul by Andrew James here. And Norwell's shooting foul shots.
Bellmont foul number 2, Andrew James, his third, team's 8.
And now here's where you get. Now, how many Bellmont players is that with 3 fouls?
That's 4 of them. And the front end is knocked down by the 81% shooting Bailey.
Luke Graff coming back in the lineup now.
Yeah, Coke, it's going to be an issue. It really is. Because there's still 3:05 left of game time, and Bellmont's in this game. But there's some progress to be made, and they're going to have to foul, obviously, at some point to get back in this thing.
Now, Norwell's got 6 team fouls as well, so see how they utilize the bonus situations to control the tempo of the ballgame.
Graft and Parker in trouble for Norwell. Graft has 4. He's on the floor right now. And Parker's got 3. Ullman attacks Graft, and that's it for Luke Graft. He just fouled out of the game with 2:50 to go.
Oh, he called it on Jake Parker.
Norwell foul number 5, Jake Parker.
All righty. So
Jake
he's
Parker
got
has
4.
4 fouls.
I don't know how you figure that. Was I seeing things? Maybe he came over to help. I mean, we're not that far away. Ullman has it regurgitate. Oh, and he gets his own rebound. Picked up by Belmont's Jack Shyman, and it's another Norwell foul. And that is it. And Luke Graft is done.
Personal foul number 12, Luke Graff.
Oh, that's not an offensive blow for Norwell, but it really takes a big piece of physicality off the floor down low.
But again, that's one of those situations where the ball's loose on the floor. And, I mean, a guy like Mike McBride's like, get on the floor. Get on the floor, get the basketball. A little less intensity. And again, the question is Norwell going to find it right here?
Jack Shyman, the shooter, 63%. They're going to wipe up some perspiration. Shyman 1 of 1 on the night. Had an and 1 in the first quarter. Starting guard, 11 points a game, 13 tonight.
It wouldn't be Norwell Bellmont if it wasn't close and it wasn't coming out of foul shots, right?
Again, though, this is the way this game has evolved here tonight. This is where you expect it to be in the 30s or maybe the 40s, not close to 60, although the scoring has really tapered off since the first half. Norwell had 41 points at halftime. And the foul shooting issues are becoming an issue for Bellmont right now, as they've missed 2 out of the last 3, one of them being a front end. Had a chance to really be back in the game there, and it's still a 9-point contest. It's not a 9-point contest, it's an 8-point contest, 59-51.
Wasn't going to say anything.
That's appreciated. Basically an English major, so does not include a lot of math.
Math doesn't count.
Nope. Nothing wrong here on this possession by Norwell, and it results in a foul with 2:08 to go. They did exactly what they wanted to do, bled a chunk of this remaining game clock off, and a good free throw shooter in Parker headed to the line.
I think that offensive set's called Doug Hicks.
Oh, let's not go there, because that is not what
Okay,
Doug Hicks
Al
is.
Rhodes. We'll call it
All
Al
right,
Rhodes, the famous Warsaw head coach and Penn High School head coach.
Right.
And if you know who Al Rhodes is, then you know
I do,
basketball.
but you went to Concord, so
That's
that
right.
that plays into that doesn't really get looked at in this area of the state. 60-51. Norwell up 9 with 2 minutes to go. Bailey gets a strip. Wellman found it. Inside of 2 minutes to go. Belmont's got to start playing with a sense of urgency on offense.
Fact is, that same level of urgency has to be for Norwell as well. You know, you can't slough off here with 1:46 left.
James has had the hot hand the entire night for Bellmont with 19 points, and the majority of those from the three-point line. And Bailey gets a clean strip, and now Bailey's on the move and gets it into the front court. And that is just a great defensive possession by Norwell.
So impressive right there.
And now they turn it over, so they're not rewarded with it. Parker almost fouled out of the game. Ullman down the lane, banks it in. And a timeout called by John Filling, so he's down to 1. Ullman has 15. You feel like if Norwell is able to get to the line and not turn it over on that possession, they probably salted away. Instead, Bellmont gets a turnover, still down 7, and still alive.
Yeah, you know, that first half was such a complete first half for Norwell, and now you get in the middle stretch here down to the end, and a couple turnovers, a couple missed shots. Belmont's made a few shots, made a few stops. So again, I think the question comes down to, it's a mental toughness question here. Are you going to be able to take the pressure, take the adversity? And again, this is a team that's played a lot of basketball together. And so they trust each other, they know each other. The question will be, how well do they utilize each other's strengths to capitalize on a 7-point lead right now with 1:12 left and seal the win at the end?
So let's reset things a little bit for you. Norwell leading Bellmont 60-53. 72 seconds left here on this Friday night conference game. Both these teams 1-1 in the league. Bellmont coming off an upset win at Columbia City. Norwell off of the loss at home to Leo in conference. And both teams are shooting free throws. Belmont's down to 1 timeout. Norwell's still got plenty of them with 4. Backcourt pressure applied here by Bellmont. And in it comes to Bailey. Bailey's a good free throw shooter. I don't know how long Belmont's going to defend. I don't really understand the strategy here. And they're down 7. That's a foul away from the ball on Isaiah Wellman, and you don't want to send McBride to the line. It's 91%.
And that's exactly who's on the line.
Yeah.
Number 5, Isaiah Wellman, his third.
I don't really understand what Bellmont was doing there, because you have to at least try to. I mean, if you give up a layup because you're out of position defensively, that's what happens. You got to start gambling, taking chances.
11 seconds went off the clock there, and
they were really. I mean, outside of the immediate inbounds, they were never close to creating a turnover because they didn't even try. 2 free throws for McBride, and it's a 9-point contest once again. Belmont's got to go in a hurry. The last thing you want to do is foul a shooter, and that's what Leighton Bailey did. Isaiah Wellman is off to the line. Man, he averages 14 points a game for this Belmont team, and he's got just 4 tonight, all of them in the second half. Great three-point shooter. Jeff, coming into the game tonight, Belmont had made 63s. Was that a 1-and-1? It wasn't. It was a shooting foul. Belmont had made 63s as a team coming into tonight on the season. Wellman had made 29 of them, and he's got nothing tonight. And he really, I don't know if he's even taken any threes. He just has not been a factor on offense tonight. And he splits the pair here. Bailey's on the sideline. Now they've got a break, but probably not going to try to hurry. And they do a good job by fouling Cohen Bailey, who's unproven. He's only attempted 3 free throws all season long.
that was almost really bad.
Almost.
Good job by Leighton Bailey to get over and get the loose ball and get the ball back down to the front court. But one thing you notice right here is Coach McBride really just trying to settle the team down on those free throw shots. Just rebound the ball, which is what you got to do. Just rebound the ball. Don't do anything silly. Don't make a silly mistake 92 feet away from the basket, that kind of thing. And you just kind of love seeing that.
Cohen Bailey gets 1 out of 2. James is swatted, and it's a break for Jake Parker, who will lay it in, and that should put the icing on the cake here tonight. 17 points for Parker, and Norwell back up double digits. And they're going to get Parker on the foul here. Tried to make an emphatic finish to this one. And 2 free throws coming here for Isaiah Wellman. He does foul out of the game, but he fouls out to a round of applause from the Norwell faithful. A well-deserved one. 17 points for the junior Jake Parker.
Well-played game, both him and Luke Graff both. But Jake just, so on fire right there at the beginning of the game, and then just to play so well defensively and down the stretch. Gotta love it.
Both free throws good for Wellman, and John Filling will use his last timeout. With 25 seconds to go, Belmont's in a 9-point hole. So we look at this again, and I want to turn back attention to where Norwell's at right now. Again, they've got a very winnable stretch of games coming up here. The record's not important, but they do have a home conference game against New Haven, which is an athletic team. They've struggled a little bit, but they have a couple of good wins. So New Haven is probably the biggest potential for a stumbling block in that 3-game stretch. At this point, though, once again, you start building your resume towards the tournament. You start to look at all the games that you won, and the possibility creeps into your mind when you build confidence at this point in the year with wins like this, where you shot it well in the first half and gritted it out down the stretch. You think you can beat anybody in 3A.
Yeah, and you start to get that confidence as you go towards the tournament, which is, of course, what you want. I think the question for this next week of games is again, how well do you play your game, right? How are you going to come out? Are you going to get, when you're going up against teams that don't have great records,
right,
the easy thing to do is look past them. And so in this case, it's important for everybody to stay focused on their game, play smart basketball, don't turn the ball over, and do the things you got to get used to for the tournament.
Yeah, they had to battle it out at Wayne the other night. I mean, it was a 54-47 win, but they outscored Wayne 16-5 in the final quarter. So John Filling took that timeout, but Norwell is not going to be fouled here, I don't think. They're going to be allowed to dribble out the clock. They're still defending tightly, but not fouling. And Norwell's going to win this conference game 65-56 here tonight. They go to 2-1 in the conference and get their 10th victory of the season in fashion where it was just an awesome start tonight for Norwell, and Koken carried them enough down the stretch where they were able to come away with a victory.
Yeah, that first half was well played. Second half, a couple of hiccups there and a little bit of a lull. They found it late in the fourth quarter and did enough to win the ball game tonight. And again, you want to keep seeing them develop that confidence and the ability to take care of the basketball down the stretch and be able to battle that adversity when you're not making all the shots you're used to making, at least like they did in the first half.
No kidding.
And, they didn't make 80 points, but 65 is a top number for this Norwell team.
Yeah, a team that averages 56 points a game. Belmont falls to 7-5 and 1-2 in the conference. We'll step away for just a moment. We'll come back. On the other side of the break, we'll talk to Norwell head coach Mike McBride following tonight's 9-point victory on WellsCountyVoice.com, part of the Voice Sports Network and the IHSAA Champions Network.
Nick Huffman, a Bluffton High School graduate, is ready to help you buy, sell, or build your dream home. If you're ready to start a new chapter in your life, now's the time. With historic low interest rates, houses are moving at lightning speed. Whether you need single-family, multifamily, agricultural, commercial, property management, mixed use, or land development, give Nick a call or text at 827-8255 or send him a message on Facebook at Real Estate by Nick Huffman. Nick is located at the Steffen Group at 107 West Market Street in Bluffton. His number again is 827-8255.
You've heard of Seize the Day, right? Well, this month you can pay the day at the YMCA. Join the Y on January 10th and pay $10 for the entire month. Join on January 11th, pay $11, and so on. The sooner you join, the less you pay. Get your family connected to healthy activities in a clean, safe environment with a membership to the Y. Save big with Pay the Day at the YMCA now through January 31st. Visit fwymca.org for details. Offer valid at YMCA's in Allen, Whitley, and Wells counties. Some restrictions apply.
Good evening, Norwell basketball fans. My name is Nathan Shelton. As an advisor at Shelton Financial Group, the thing I enjoy most is talking to our clients about what matters to them. As our clients prepare for and enjoy retirement, some enjoy spending time with their grandkids, some prefer to travel the world, and for others, it's giving of time and resources. As you think of and prepare for your retirement, we'd love to talk with you either virtually or in person at one of our office locations in Austin or Fort Wayne. You can also call us at 260-436-7006. Nathan Shelton, investment advisor representative of USA Financial Securities, member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Bluffton Roofing Incorporated prides themselves on developing a long-term relationship with their customers, listening to their needs, and suggesting the proper course of action, be it preventative maintenance, repair, or replacement. Bluffton Roofing and owner James Worth are GAF certified and are certified weather stopper roofing contractors. Bluffton Roofing is fully insured, protecting you and your home. Call 824-3564 or 307-6313. Bluffton Roofing Incorporated. Quality first home improvements.
When looking to sell or buy a home in Wells County, it's so important to work with an experienced full-time agent from the local area. I'm Bev Grish, and I'm beginning my 24th year helping families in the real estate business and would love to guide your family through the process. When you choose to work with a local agent who knows the Wells County market, you are a step ahead. I have built good working relationships with local lenders, realtors, inspectors, contractors, and appraisers, and it helps the process go smoothly. Whether you are buying your first home, a larger home, investment property, dream home, selling a long-time family business, or downsizing into retirement, I'm here to help. Heartfelt thanks for supporting me 24 years in the real estate business I truly love. Bev sells Wells at 466-1822.
Did you sprain your ankle playing with your kids last night? Have you had a nagging pain while training for an upcoming race? Or do you have an upcoming surgery? Indiana Physical Therapy understands how important and valuable your time is to you. At Indiana Physical Therapy, we can schedule you within 24 hours at any of our 19 convenient clinics. With trusted results, you can count on Indiana Physical Therapy to get you better, faster. You don't need a referral from your doctor, and all insurances are accepted, including Anthem. IPT is your choice for physical therapy. So what are you waiting for? Call Indiana Physical Therapy right now at 260-209-2464 to schedule an appointment, or go online to indianapt.com. Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
In business since 1981, Barclay Builders has been building residential homes and commercial projects in Northeast Indiana, taking pride in building their clients the best project for their budget. With interaction between clients, vendors, and trade contractors, Barclay Builders meets the needs of homeowners to build their forever home. At Barclay Builders, it's all about you. It's your heart and your soul at the center of every design decision made. Josh and his team are poised to build the home you've always wanted. It isn't just a home, it's your forever home. Contact Barclay Builders at 260-622-7674. That's 622-7674, or find them on Facebook at Barclay Builders, Inc. Let Barclay Builders get started on your Barclay Built forever home.
Welcome back to, we're on now. Welcome back here to Belmont tonight. Norwell victorious over Belmont, 65-56. Joining us now is Norwell head coach Mike McBride. Coach, we were just talking about it before the game, and it didn't necessarily last through the second half, but the first half was one of the first times this year when your guys were able to come together and make a bunch of shots from downtown. What was offensively, what did you do to get those open shots in route to a 41 first two quarters?
Well, I thought we came out really aggressive on the offensive end. We looked to attack. I thought we were really active on the offensive boards early, too, getting some second opportunities.
Yeah, and you said that was a key tonight.
Yeah, and I thought it was. And I thought our aggressiveness was pretty good. And I thought they shot the ball really well in the first half from three. I think that we had them like 7 for 13 in the first half.
Over 50%.
So it wasn't like they weren't doing some work. I thought we played really well in the first half. I thought offensively, I thought we were exceptional. With our big guys did a lot better job of some things we've been working on. Like when Luke and Leighton get into the paint, our big guys did a better job of getting to the block area. I thought Brody rolled pretty good tonight on some ball screen actions, and Luke was able to find him down under the basket where he was able to get an easy layup opportunity. So I thought that was really big. And then, I just thought we had a great first half. I thought we did a nice job third quarter. We kind of traded baskets a little bit there, but you got to give them credit too. I thought they played pretty good tonight. I mean, they've been playing pretty good.
Yeah, they just had the big win over Columbia City.
Yeah, on the road, and they beat Delta at Delta.
Yep.
I mean, played Chittard. They ended up losing by 10, but they played them really tough. If sometimes the score, it's hard to know when you see a score, but I had a chance to watch the film. They played them really tough. They shoot the ball pretty well, and they got some pretty good gritty guys. So I think they're a solid team. They're playing well right now. I thought we played pretty well. I thought we had some opportunities early in the fourth quarter where we had some layup opportunities that we missed. And I think if we convert those layup opportunities, the score never gets quite as close. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We missed. I thought there were about 3 opportunities that we didn't convert down there, and that impacts that score getting a little bit closer. But really good night tonight. I mean, Luke gets 20, Jake gets 18, and then Leighton comes in with 13. But our other guys contributed. Like, Brody's got 5. Luke Graff gets 6. I mean, so you're getting 11 points there. I thought Cohen played well off the bench. I thought Ashton Fetterspill rebounded really well for us off the bench tonight. Okay, I know maybe his minutes weren't as much as some other nights, but I thought he did a great job. And we're just getting John back. John missed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. So he missed 5 active days of things because he had to be quarantined. So we got him in some tonight, got him going a little bit, and then we can build on that. We get him into practice tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, and now he's going to have more days back in, and that will help, I think, getting him back in. When they sit for 5 days, it's just hard to come back and be like, I'm ready to go. And
especially the situation that John's coming out of with the injury at the start of the season, too.
And, because we got him back for 4 games. And then all of a sudden, he kind of played in that tournament. I thought he did some good things for us in the tournament. I thought he was very good for us. And then all of a sudden, now he's sitting 2 games. And it's by nobody's fault. It just the way it went. And so we'll work him back in. But I just thought our team did a good job tonight. I think anytime you can win on the road, it's big. I mean, you can go ahead and see that, we got a whole new ball game in the conference. We're right back in it. Leo gets upset
I saw that.
over at New Haven. You got to go on the road. You got to figure out how to
crack at them next week.
And we got New Haven coming next Saturday. So, you're right back in it. I mean, you win that game and there's nobody left undefeated anymore in the conference. The league is good this year. Senior heavy league. Yeah. It's a senior heavy league. And it's good, and we're right there, and, we're going to get another shot. It's like getting it's like redemption sometimes. You get that second opportunity. We got to find a way to take advantage of that. But, we got a game against Carroll first. So
yeah, I want to ask about the decision-making, too. You have 3 really capable subs off the bench, and you played them most of the time tonight all at the same time. Talk about your decision behind that.
Well, I just felt like the way the game went, we didn't have a lot of foul trouble out of our starting unit.
Yeah.
So we didn't have those adjustments. I felt like the starting unit got off to a really good start, and we kind of were right in that. And then the way it fell, we had some subs going in, and then by the time we got them in, the quarter had already ended. There was a stretch of play where there was no whistle. So it just kind of fell that way a little bit. Sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes it doesn't. But we did have some foul trouble later in the game. We just didn't in the early part of the game. I thought our bench guys played really well, though. I mean, I thought they were very productive in what they had to do tonight. And, sometimes they have a little more time out there than other times, and it changes. You just don't know how the game's going to go. So I thought they were really good. I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason why all 3 of them went at the same time. It just kind of fell that way. So, so I don't know if I have anything to add to that other than just the way it kind of played out.
Right. All right. So back-to-back wins for your guys following 2 losses, and all of them against quality competition. Yep. And now you've got 3 games in a row at home.
Yeah. Nice.
That must be nice, right? You've played 4 home games at this point, and you get to get back into a friendly environment inside the castle.
Yeah, it'll be great to be back home, have our home fans. We should have it should be a good night. We're looking forward to Carroll coming in, and then on Wednesday, and then we'll get that opportunity in the conference game on New Haven on Saturday. So it'll be nice. We get a couple days to work on some things for each team. And then I think the big thing is, these guys, this group of young men, last year they needed 24 games to win 10 games. They're there in 13 games this year.
Yep.
I think, and I think
some
that's
really quality teams
against a lot of good teams. A lot of teams that have good records and are solid, and a lot of games not at home. Yeah. We've played 9 of them not on our home floor.
Right.
So let's give our kids a lot of credit for not only last year continuing to get better and learning to grow, and then carrying it over into this year. So really proud of our guys. A lot more work to do, a lot more season left, but a lot more work to do. But I think to get to where they're at now is a real testament to their how hard they've worked on their games, and then not only that, but how much they care about each other. I think when you see our team play, there's a lot of enthusiasm for each other.
Norwell head coach Mike McBride, thanks for joining us. Congrats on the win, and good luck next week.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks again to Norwell head coach Mike McBride for joining us here on the post-game show. Jeff, as we put the finishing touches on this one, Norwell wins 65-56, and you heard Mike say it. They get to their 10th victory of the season already. There's a lot of things to be positive and upbeat about around this Norwell program.
Oh yeah, a lot of excitement going into this next week. You know, I love what Coach said as far as, you know, this team really bonding together. Again, when you play as much basketball together as they have, you have that opportunity. But, you know, you love seeing that, especially coming home, playing 3 games, you know, in a row at home, and really starting to get that confidence, you know, continue to build that confidence as they head towards the tournament. You know, a lot of good things to be looking for with this Norwell team looking forward.
Once again, the final score tonight, Norwell 65, Bellmont 56. We'll be back on the air tomorrow night from the Castle. Norwell battles the Bellmont Squaws in what will be a ranked 3A matchup at Norwell tomorrow night. Pivotal game in the Northeast State once again, and that's always a really fun one. On the girls' side, will be a blast to be there as well. Encourage you to come out to the Castle. Norwell will be introducing its first ever Hall of Fame class in the Athletic Hall of Fame, which Athletic Director Kelby Waybright's done an awesome job of putting that together, and encourage you to be there for that. There's some legends that are going into the Hall of Fame. We'll have that ceremony uploaded for you after the game, but you can watch the game right here on WellsCountyVoice.com and the IHSCA Champions Network if you're not able to make it. That'll do it here tonight for my broadcast partner, Jeff Kokenauer, and our owners, Scott and Dale Menser. I'm Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of high school sports on the Voice Enterprises. Remember, none of this would be possible without the continued support of our sponsors. Please use their services whenever possible, and when you see them, tell them thank you. Join us again next time on the Voice Enterprises.